We won't form a coalition with the far left, and we won't form one with the far-right AFD. We won't even talk to them. We won't cooperate, but parties in a democracy have to talk to each other after an election. We are fighting to come first.
Whoever wants to be part of the German government must have a clear position and commit to transatlantic cooperation. He or she must make it clear that NATO is indispensable for our security and that we must fulfill our obligations within the alliance. He or she must stand for a strong sovereign European Union.
Well, let's cross then to Berlin, speak to our correspondent Nick Spicer, who joins us from there. So, Nick, the polls then pointing to a clear win for Scholz in this debate.
Yeah, the Snap poll undertaken right after the debate, some 1,500 watchers of the debate were queried, and it looks like Olaf Scholz came out on top, 40%. It needs to be said this isn't about voting intention, but it certainly confirms the trend that the Social Democratic Party could well form the next German government. Armin Laschet, who is the man replacing Angela Merkel as the head of the Christian Democratic Union, really needed to land a knockout blow. He was fierce. He kept hitting Olaf Scholz, who is the current finance minister, over a finance scandal, an investigation involving the finance ministry. But he didn't really manage to draw any blood, if you will. Scholz answered him saying, look, I'm participating in the investigation. The finance ministry is giving the information that the investigators are required, but your questions are disingenuous. And it looks like the TV viewers agreed with him. There wasn't really any knockout blow on the part of Armin Laschet. He's a politician, a regional governor who has been described as, if you will, sausagey recently. He's friendly. His real big mistake at the beginning of the campaign was to be seen to be laughing behind the German president right after those devastating and deadly German floods. He was out of earshot. Those pictures really seem to have weighed down his campaign, and the Christian Democratic Union, Angela Merkel's party, governing Germany for the past 16 years, has just seemed to have lost momentum.
Nick, as we said at the start there, 2 weeks to go. I mean, is there anything that could change those polling day results, do we think, or is it Scholz home and dry now?
You know, when I make predictions, Stuart, I'm generally wrong. I won't venture one today. We've all remembered all those pollsters getting big votes wrong, Brexit, Trump, and so on. So sure, there could be something, but, you know, it's all about momentum in politics and the final stretch of a campaign. German elections really don't have long campaign seasons. They're about a month, 6 weeks long, unlike in the United States, where you run for president for 2 years. People only really pay attention for a short period of time. So short of something really dramatic, some kind of giant scandal involving the integrity or the apparent integrity of some of the leading figures in the Social Democratic Party, it's hard to see how this could be turned around. But let's keep in mind how Germany is run. Coalition governments. So the Social Democrats might be the first party, but they might form a coalition government with the Christian Democratic Union, or they might form one with the Greens. So they're not completely out of the picture. They may be still participating in the government, but it looks like for the first time in 16 years, as things stand now, that the next chancellor could well be a Social Democrat.
Nick, thanks very much. Nick Spicer, our correspondent, joining us there from Berlin.